On February 23, 2022, Eric Holder Jr., a Crips gang member, was sentenced to at least 60 years in prison for killing the rapper Nipsey Hussle outside his Crenshaw clothing store in 2019. Holder was sentenced to 25 years to life in state prison for murdering Hussle and an additional 25 years to life based on a sentencing enhancement because he used a gun. Additionally, Holder must serve an extra 10 years in prison on assault convictions for shooting 2 other men who were with Hussle on the day of the killing. The shooting happened on March 31, 2019, when Holder, who was on a date with a woman, approached Hussle in front of the Marathon clothing store near Slauson Avenue and Crenshaw Boulevard. After a brief conversation, Holder returned minutes later with 2 handguns and opened fire, killing Hussle and wounding 2 other men nearby. Hussle's death sparked more than a week of citywide mourning. Hussle, known as Neighborhood Nip, was a philanthropist and key community figure who had reinvested in the Crenshaw neighborhood he often rapped about. At his sentencing hearing, a close friend of the rapper, Herman Douglas, better known as Cowboy, said that Hussle's murder had torn a hole in the community, leaving people who once relied on Hussle desperate for work. "Our community right now, we lost everything. Everything we worked for. Thousands of jobs we don't have no more. Homies don't have anything to do. They backsliding, they robbing people now," Douglas said. "All our stores are closed down. The whole community relied on Nip." Holder was convicted of the murder in April 2021. During his trial, defense attorney Aaron Jansen argued that Holder should be convicted of manslaughter instead of murder, claiming that Holder became incapable of rational thought after Hussle mentioned there might be paperwork on him, slang referring to records indicating Holder had cooperated with the police. However, Deputy District Attorney John McKinney argued that the defendant was fueled by jealousy. Holder was also a fledgling rapper, recording tracks under the moniker Fly Mac. But his work gained next to no attention, while Hussle's 2018 record Victory Lap was nominated for a Grammy. During his sentencing hearing, Jansen argued that Holder suffered from severe mental illness, reading a letter from the defendant's father that claimed Holder had been diagnosed with auditory schizophrenia at age 19. Jansen said Holder often heard voices in his head that made him paranoid and erratic, describing a situation just 3 weeks before the shooting in which he threw a heavy weight through a window in a manic episode because he feared he would be murdered. Jansen did not raise a mental health defense during the trial. Holder and Hussle were both members of the infamous Roland 60 set of the Crips Street Gang. Jansen argued during the trial that being accused of snitching by someone of Hussle's stature, in front of other gang members in the heart of Roland 60's territory, triggered his client. However, Douglas, who served as a key prosecution witness at the trial, said Holder's argument that the mere mention of paperwork would make him fear for his life was based on an outdated understanding of LA gang culture. The judge ultimately sentenced Holder to at least 60 years in prison, considering the severity of the crime and the impact it had on the community. The defense's plea for a shorter sentence was not granted.